So, I want to talk about a movie that is a guilty pleasure of mine, and that is the killer cut of the reboot of Friday the 13th. And it's directed by Marcus Nipsel. I don't know what movies he's directed, so we're going to just cheat and we're going to see. He made the reboot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Conan the Barbarian. It's Pathfinder, that sounds oddly familiar. Exeter, I don't know what that is, but it looks interesting. Frankenstein. Ooh, interesting. Pacemaker. The Very Best of Sure, and his name was Jason. Okay. Is he German? I don't know. Anyway, so this is a reboot of the notorious Friday the 13th series, franchise, whatever you want to call it. And it's not very good. Granted, it was my first exposure to the actual series, other than my very first time watching a horror movie, which was Freddy vs. Jason, which is one of my favorite movies, and for good reason too. I don't care how awful it is. I love it so much. I was like 5 years old when I watched it. I was with two of my friends, and I watched it. The one scene that just I couldn't watch for a long time was when Laurie is in a dream state and she's walking through the police station, and you see that girl and she turns her head and her face, it reveals there's no eyes. They were cut out by Freddy supposedly, so that's interesting. There's nudity. I like nudity. This film has some nudity in it. There's a very cool sex scene in it. So this film, it tries to do something not new with the series, but it tries to make Jason. I hate to say this. It tries to make Jason great again by giving him a new backstory. They're keeping. He drowned at Crystal Lake, and the camp owners were having sex, and he drowns and dies and comes back. And as a kid, I didn't know too much about Jason. I just knew that he drowned, and it kind of gave me nightmares in a way, because I wasn't exposed to any sort of media way back when. And when I was told he drowned and came back, I thought of the Last House on the Left. The remake, of course, because I saw the trailer when I was a kid, and I don't know, I let my imagination wander, and it just did stuff. It was weird, but it's an enjoyable film for me. I don't care about any of the characters. I know that there's a character, I don't know what his name is though. Damn it. He's in Supernatural, so that's really what I know him from. Has a 25 on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my god. So the character's name is Clay, and the whole premise of his arc is that he is trying to look for his missing sister. I don't remember her name. The actor's name is Jared Padalecki. He's in Supernatural. I've never seen that show. I've seen the first episode. The film turned 10 6 months ago on Friday the 13th. That's very interesting. Anyway, so Clay has to look for his sister who goes missing for, I think it's a year, maybe 2. And when I need more water. So basically, there's a very long introduction scene in the beginning of the film. We're introduced to characters that are very forgettable, but Clay's sister, I want to say her name is Jessica. I have to see, it's going to kill me. Is it Jenna? I think it's Jenna. Yeah. Right? No, it's Whitney. Is it Whitney? I don't remember her name, but this girl is hot. Oh, she's 32. Huh. Oh man, even her picture's on here with the sex scene, which is fine. Um, very nice. Very, very nice. Anyway, so Clay looks for his sister. He bumps into people at a gas station when he's trying to give the clerk a picture of her. And I want to say the person's name is Duncan or something really douchebag like along those lines of a name, but I don't remember. So it's interesting. Like I said, the cast is pretty forgettable, even with the two casts that we're introduced to. The comedy doesn't really work very well because, for one thing, they're not teens, they're adults. It's more believable to me when they're actually teenagers having. I was watching Jason X earlier this year, and for the first time I watched it, oh my god, I forgot what the woman says, but it's so funny. She flashes her tits, and she says it in such a dumb way, and I kept laughing and pausing it constantly, but I'm getting off topic. So there's jump scares in the film. If you know me, I don't like jump scares. I like slow burn horror movies, i.e. Hereditary. And I've heard to watch The House is October Built 1 and 2 because those are slow burn horror movies, which I hope is true because the visuals look very, very interesting. Now, there's one thing that I have an issue with the Killer Cut is there's barely any new footage, I think. I could be wrong, though. I'm looking at the DVD right now. Well, personally, I'm more of a fan of Freddy because I like sleeping, and I have a lot of nightmares, like, as of recently. I don't know, Jason's interesting as a character, but I think Freddy he definitely has more potential, and his backstory is better, I think. Yeah. Oh man, she's so hot. I have to change my wallpaper. Son, that is a nudie scene. What? This is Google. Huh. I can't show this because I'd probably get some kind of strike on my channel, but she's hot. And this is Google. This is on fucking Google. And it's a GIF. Holy shit. I refuse to watch that. That's essentially it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, but I want to go back and watch, the original movies from the 80s and 90s. Oh no, I think they made each movie every year, right? I'm pretty sure they did that because the first one was out in 82 or something. Let me see. I'm getting my dates all mixed up. Yep, okay, 1980. All right. Who directed that one? Sean S. Cunningham. Did he direct the other ones? He directed... Wait, he made Freddy vs. Jason? I thought that was, Ronnie Wu. Yeah, it was. Why is it saying... Oh, it's just showing... Okay, I get it. Anyway, so, if you do like Friday the 13th, I would recommend it. Just, with friends or with a date. And you just have fun. I mean, that's all it is. It's a fun movie. You don't take it too seriously. If you do, then you're kind of missing the point of watching the movie. Just for shits and giggles. So if you're into teens having sex, if you're into crazed serial killers that are zombified, I think there's some pretty cool practical effects. But I would definitely recommend this movie. Why don't you go out and watch it? And you know what scenes I'm thinking